In the previous video, we built a data analysis agent that was able to do natural language Q&A on a large data set of over 14,000 rows of financial data using NA10 and NoCodeDB. We asked questions like, what was the EPS of Google from 2019 to 2023? Or how about Apple in the same time frame? In this video, we're going to take our data analysis to the next level with a data visualization tool powered by a visualization agent. Let's see this in action. Let's do a visualization that compares Google and Apple EPS over the same time frame. Our visualization agent has created this nice line chart that compares Google and Apple across the years, as well as the explanation. Now let's take a look at another dimension of analysis with a profit margin. Let's visualize that. Our visualization agent has created this nice line chart that shows the profit margins, as well as an explanation. Let's include a third company for analysis. Let's include Microsoft. Our visualization agent has been able to create this new diagram that includes Microsoft into analysis, as well as a detailed explanation. Let's take a look at a data visualization with a radar chart. Our visualization agent has been able to chart operating profit margin, return on equity, return on assets, and three other important financial metrics across these three companies in a radar chart. So with this radar chart, you can see at a glance how the different companies compare across these dimensions, as well as a detailed analysis of that data. Finally, let's take a look at the bubble chart. This bubble chart has on its x-axis the operating margin, y-axis return on equity, and the both sides is the market size. So this will give us a good visualization of the relative size, profitability, and capital efficiency across the three companies that we're evaluating. And as you can see here, there's further analysis from the AI based on this chart across the three dimensions. Let's take a closer look at how this works. So starting from the data analyst agent that we built in the previous video, we added this generate chart tool. So let's click into this. So this generate chart tool, we give it a description. This is useful whenever we generate a chart. So we further tell it that there's some escaping that it needs to do for multi-line strings. And then we're going to put here that the URLs should always be in markdown format. So this is important for the chat to display properly the chart itself. Next, we're going to tell it that we're going to pass in a query, and that query is going to describe the chart to generate in JSON format. All right, so this is going to be our interface into our visualization agent. So now we're going to go into the data visualization tool section. So this generate will call into this tool. So I'll just open up this node here, and this is a generic generate or execute a subflow node. And then we're going to now go into this visualization agent. So this is a new agent that we've created. So the system prompt for this is generated by Claude.ai. So I use Claude.ai to generate this prompt. So let's walk through this. So we're using a standard called chart.js. So this is a standard for chart visualizations. And I'm telling this AI agent to be a visualization expert skilled in this standard. And their goal is to generate a chart.js compliant configuration object. Right. So the input will be what the user wants in terms of the desired visualization. So there's a number of things that we'll specify here: the chart type, the data itself, the labels, the styling, specific options, and then access information. So this will come from the data analyst agent. So what will happen in this flow is that the data analyst agent, based on the interaction with the user, will specify into the generate chart, and as part of the query in here, it will specify the data that it wants to generate, as well as the specific options in there. So this visualization agent will then take this data and the output. Let's take the output So the output will be a valid, well-formed, and easily readable JSON object, all right, that is in this JSON format of chart.js. And I give it here an example, right? So here's an example of input that is created by the data analyst agent. And then the output will be a JSON format, and that will represent the output based on this chart.js format. So we have that as the visualization agent. Now I've created this structured output parser. So this is essentially the chart.js schema. So this is the output that I want in a specific format. So I specify that in the structured output. And then in this set response here, what I've done is I've taken this quickchart.io. So quickchart.io is a service that we're using. It's a free service. And what we're saying here is that using this URL, quickchart.io, I want a chart that is this width here, 400, and the chart itself will be from the previous node. So the visualization agent will give me all I need to specify to quickchart.io the chart that I want to generate. And this encode URL component just escapes all the right characters so that when I put this into a URL, all the characters are formatted properly and sent to the service properly. So then this is returned back to the data analyst agent as a URL, and this URL is then called, and then the diagram is subsequently generated. Now, just one additional point on the model. So on the data analyst agent, I'm using the Anthropic chat model. So I'm using the Sonnet model. The reason I'm using this model is because it's really good at reasoning. So for the ability to figure out what chart to generate and what data to get from the database, this Sonnet model is really good. And inside here, in the visualization agent, I'm just using GPT-4o Mini, which is a very inexpensive model that works very well in this use case. So to wrap up, in just a few short notes that we've added into this workflow, we've been able to add powerful visualization capabilities into this data analyst agent workflow. Pretty cool.